Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Phil Mickelson to the interview room. Phil, you started the day 10 shots behind the lead, and you fired a 7-under par 65 to leap into contention. This makes 10 top 3 finishes in the Masters, along with your 3 victories. Congratulations on being runner-up today.
Well, thank you. It was a fun day, and you just never know what could happen. There was 9 holes left to go when I walked off the golf course. I was 2 behind, and Jon played an amazing back 9. I mean, a lot can happen on that back 9. A lot of good can happen, a lot of bad, and he played some incredible golf all week long, and is a very worthy champion. He's easy to see why he's regarded as the best player in the world, and he validated that today.
Jon.
Phil, I think, was it in the last 24 hours, you said, there's a 65 in me. You were playing well. This was one of them. Is there more to come?
I'm hopeful that that's the case. I feel like it was evident to me that I was hitting a lot of good shots, that I was playing well. I wasn't getting the score out of it. Today was a great day for me to stay present and just keep hitting good shots. Even after I might have had a mess up here or there, I was able to stay present, keep hitting good shots, and I'm hopeful that this kind of catapults me into playing the rest of the year the way I believe I'm playing. I really worked hard in the off season to get ready. I've been shooting some really low scores at home, and today I kind of let it happen rather than trying to force it, and I had a really good day and made some noise. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, but it was really a lot of fun for me to play at this level again, and it's encouraging for me going forward the rest of the year.
Mark.
Phil, what did you learn about yourself this week and just being back at Augusta National, a place that is special to you? How much did that help you get back in groove?
I think it's not so much what I learned, but I certainly have a lot of gratitude to be able to be here and be a part of this tournament, play well, play good golf, and try to take advantage of a unique opportunity that I have, which is to play golf at a very high level at a later stage in life, given that I haven't had any physical injuries, that I'm able to swing the club the way I want to, and then with a little bit of work and dedication to compete against some of the best players in the world in some of the biggest stages, and that's really what's driving me, and today was a very encouraging day.
Chris?
Phil, you talked before about being super present and focused this week. I'm wondering why you haven't felt that way in a while, and if you could pinpoint the last time you did.
I don't know. It's been a while since I have been able to, focus the way I want to. Obviously, Kiowa was a good week, but I mean consistently, week in and week out, day in and day out. And it's starting to come. A lot of it is just things that I need to do off the golf course too. Diet, exercise, and so forth, and to help with brain function and things like that. But additives in coffee is a big thing for me. I don't think things I eat on the golf course are a big thing. Like all those things factor in. And my brother did a great job on the bag this week when my focus was kind of waning. He would tell me some stories, tell me some dad jokes, and just kind of got me refocused and more present. And again, I think that's biggest challenge for me lately, because I feel like I'm executing a lot of shots, but I just need to be a little bit more present.
David.
Yeah, Phil, I wonder if, Phil, just real quickly, the clubs at 6 and 17, which were both particularly good shots.
Thank you. The shot on 6, I drove an 8-iron. It was, I think it was with the downhill playing 169, and we had a little bit of hurt, but I try to hit a kind of what I call flattening the apex of an 8-iron, so it flies in flat, and it just drove in there and stuck a couple of feet, which was really nice. And then 17, I ended up hitting a 7-iron. And just kind of held it a little bit in that left to right wind and then let it fall to the right, and it almost went in. Those were some good shots. Thank you.
Gary?
Phil, how much of this was this week? How much of this was institutional knowledge? How much of it was you finding something technically? And how much was it of you responding to this environment which you've always responded to?
I don't think it was so much technical, because I feel like I've been actually hitting shots like this for quite some time. But what was happening was Thursday was the epitome of what happened. I hit a lot of great shots. I had a chance to turn a 66, and I'd turn it into 71 because I'd make 2 or 3 loose swings. But technically, I've been playing and performing really well, but I would just have these few lapses. And I think when you come here to Augusta, you end up having this sense of gratitude. It's hard not to. Like, this is what we strive for. And there's a kind of a calm that comes over you, the fact that we get to play and compete in this Masters. And I think we've all been very appreciative of that. And I know after missing last year, to be here this year, it means a lot to me. And it means a lot to me to be a part of this tournament going forward. I love everything about this because it's what I dreamed of as a kid to be a part of, and I've got so many great memories wrapped up here at Augusta.
Joy.
Phil, you and your brothers have been mentor to Jon. Did you see a major champion or a Masters champion in him when you started talking to him first? And just tell us about what you thought of his performance over here.
My brother Tim was his college coach for 4 years there at Arizona State. The first time I played with him, we played Whisper Rock. He shot 62, and I thought I played pretty good, and he gave me a pretty good beatdown. So I am not surprised at his success. I mean, it was obvious to me at a very young age that he's one of the best players in the world, even while he was in college. And to see him on this stage is not surprising to anybody, but it's hard not to pull for Jon, too. You know, he's such a good guy. He's got such a great heart. He treats people so well that I think the world of him as a person, and as a player, that's obvious how good he is.
Paul.
Phil, with some of the kind of blows of the last 2 years to your reputation and image, I don't know if do you feel like this performance over these 4 days and the fans seeming to kind of warm to you a bit again, do you feel like this is a step forward to kind of restoring some of the damage, or whatever the right word is, of the last 2 years? And did you feel like you were carrying the mantle?
There's separate issues. Golf and the professional golf ecosystem and how that's been handled throughout my career, 2 totally separate things.
One follow-up, did you feel like kind of carrying the mantle, though, for Liv, with Brooks was up there, and then you kind of get in contention? Was there a little bit of competition with the guys from the other tour?
I wouldn't I wouldn't look at it like that. I am very appreciative that we're here, that we were able to play in the majors, and I thought it was exciting that this tournament rose above it all to have the best players in the world here and lost all the pettiness. I thought that was great. I'm happy with where I'm at. I wanted something different for a lot of reasons, and I'm getting a lot out of it because having a team environment when I was in high school and college golf, it elevated my game, having players to play with, compete with. It brought a great energy and excitement, and that's what this is doing for me at Liv. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but it's been awesome for me, and I love it, and I'm excited to go play in Australia, but I don't want to, this tournament isn't about what tour you play from. There's players from all over the world, many different tours, and you're bringing the best players to play against each other here in the majors, and that's what it's all about, and that's what the game of golf should be. I mean, there's always going to be, and should always be, a place for historical events like this, but it's okay to have a little bit of different and variety in the game of golf.
Adam.
Phil, you just mentioned Australia there. As happy as you are with your performance this week, I'd imagine you don't have much time to rest. You need to get on a plane, get down to Australia next week. How rejuvenated do you think you'll be for that event down in Adelaide, and what sort of reception do you think you'll get down there?
Yeah, I mean, we're excited to go down there. There's a lot of anticipation, and we're looking forward to that. At the end of this week, I'm going to meet with some of my teammates. We're going to practice together before we get on a plane and head down there, and I'm looking forward to that. I also feel like this is a great week to kind of give me a boost, give me some confidence, give me some momentum to start playing and competing at a high level with my teammates. I'm really looking forward to that too. And so having a mixture of this style of golf, old, traditional, historical majors, and then have something a little bit different and a different energy and vibe, like it's been great for me. I love the variety.
Bill, you've played the new 13th now 4 times. What's your view of it?
Yeah, I think it played kind of the way they wanted it to. I think it played the way they wanted it to. So, we were hitting a lot longer shots in. Probably could extend the tee a little bit for days like yesterday when it's wet and into the wind, and you would still have an option to maybe go for it, because I think just about everybody had to lay up. But you don't really need to do anything different. I think it played the way it was intended.
Don't sound as though you liked it, though.
I'm not saying whether I like it or not. I mean, I think it's playing the way they intended it to play. I mean, I like going for that hole. I just couldn't reach it this morning when it was, into the wind and wet. And I liked having a chance to kind of go for it. I think it's what makes that hole so exciting is that risk-reward opportunity. And when it's taken away, nobody really likes that. But it was only taken away one of the 4 rounds, I thought. And so I thought it played pretty good. I mean, kind of the way they wanted it.
Robert?
Bill, do you sort of rue the 75 at this point, or is it just that was the conditions were so difficult that obviously your last 9 holes were some of the toughest out there of the week?
I mean, I could look back on this and look back on 2 or 3 swings that would have made all the difference at different stages in the tournament. And this morning was one of those things I just couldn't get it in the hole. I hit a great shot on a 13, had an 7-8 footer and didn't make it, and great shot on 16, 6, 7 feet, and didn't make it. And so sometimes you get in those moments where it's just you're not quite connecting with the target, and you're not quite getting the ball to go in or where you want it, and then it flips. Somehow you just it flips like it did later today. So I don't know what I could have done differently other than, have the ball go a little bit more in the hole. I mean, I don't know what I would have done differently there. In the first round, there's some swings that I can identify and say, that really hurt.
Just 2 more questions. Jay?
Bill, right here. Did you feel any different coming down Magnolia Lane this year than you have in years past?
I would say it would be the same. I get the same feeling every time I drive down, that same feeling of excitement and history and tradition and everything that kind of goes through your mind when you're driving down Magnolia Lane and playing Augusta National. And it doesn't matter if I'm playing in the tournament or if I'm playing a practice round. I get the same feeling every time I come to this place. And I think we all sense what a spiritual place Augusta National is for those of us who love the game of golf.
And one more thing. Are you going to play in the PGA Championship?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
In the back, David.
I feel, first of all, I'm from China. English is not my mother tongue. So if I say something that might be offending, I hope you...
Did you go to Stanford by any chance? You have that
No,
sweatshirt?
I got a,
Somebody gave you that sweatshirt?
who went to Stanford. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Nice.
I met you, actually. Oh, okay. My question is on behalf, I'm not a pro media guy. It's on behalf of fans from China. We're just curious about, a couple months ago, there's a joke from you, about, a match, possible match between the PGA Tour and the Live guys like you, all right? You said, we're going to finish them right away. And is that kind of a joke, or
It was just
you
a
really
joke,
mean it?
yeah. I was just trying to be funny.
Okay, thank you. And congratulations on this fabulous finish.
Thank you.
You're amazing out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
One more question, Ann.
Hey, Phil, can you talk about the key to your longevity and staying injury-free?
I would give a lot of credit to Sean Cochran, who's been the trainer for 20 years. When we started working together, the idea was to elongate my career rather than to bulk up and try to hit it farther. We've added a physical therapist with Gino Cinco, and I've been working on maintaining flexibility and all that stuff. But also, when I turned 40 and got psoriatic arthritis, I had to change my diet and become accountable for my overall health and wellness. And so that's where the whole coffee thing started. I never drank coffee until then, and didn't realize, what a great way of antioxidants intake that is, and all of that stuff. So I had to be much more accountable to my overall health and wellness off the golf course, as well as maintaining strength and flexibility. So it's been a combination of those things. But the mindset in fitness and training is not to bulk up and get big muscles, but it's to create elasticity and flexibility.
Well, Phil, with a 31 on the second nine and a 65 today, it was certainly working.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.